Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Pool Game Strong. So for today, we're gonna shift gears into another different card game. A card game that was super popular in the past, especially in the early 2000s. And if you recall in my first episode, I actually said that I still am and still am a very huge professional wrestling fan. And this particular card game was my absolute favorite to collect. I didn't play. It was my absolute favorite to collect when I was young. And recently, there's been a surge of popularity for this particular series of card games. And in terms of value, in terms of price, in terms of rarity, it's insane, especially in Singapore, and I'm pretty sure even in the States and other parts of the world as well. So without further ado, I'm gonna open up two very vintage starter packs of the Big Show from Survivor Series 2 and the Hardy Boyz from WWF Raw Deal Backlash series. To give a little bit of context, these packs I got the Hardy Boyz pack from online, and I got the Big Show from a store around my area. These are almost extinct globally, and these were very popular back in the day. I can't stress enough how popular these were, how popular professional wrestling was back then, especially the WWE. It was super mainstream. People were getting into these card games especially, and people were even selling and even trading cards, even playing competitively, and it was insane. It was insanely popular. And to have these two starter decks at this time right now in 2021 and to actually hold this and they're in mint condition, it is insane. So today is a treat, not only for myself, hopefully for you guys as well. We're going to open up these two starter decks, and we're going to see the contents inside firsthand, how it looks like, and I'm just excited. So without further ado, we're going to open up these two really cool mint condition starter decks. I'm just so excited, guys, really excited. Alright, I'm gonna go with opening up the Hardy Boyz Raw Deal, WWF Raw Deal Backlash starter deck. So every starter deck comes with 61 cards. It includes the foil cards or the starter set. Usually a starter set comes with a face card of the same image right here, and there will be about 3 other starter cards as well. And if you like to complete the set, you have to actually go buy the respective booster pack based on the particular series, and you need to keep opening up booster packs until you find the same logo, in this case the Hardy Boyz, and you can actually complete the set. And sometimes you can complete the set, it makes the deck even more powerful, or you can even sell it as a set for a really good price depending on the market value. So you can see right here at the back of the packaging, this series was focused more towards tag teams, 4 tag teams. So we had the Dudley Boyz, the Hardy Boyz, Edge and Christian, and Right to Censor. So this, I believe, in my opinion, is almost non-existent if you want to find something that's mint condition right now. And to open this, I feel a little bit heavy, but I'm excited nonetheless. So without further ado, we're going to open up this, I would believe, 20-year-old sealed starter deck. 20 years old, or it could be even slightly over 20 years old. Wow, guys, look at the immaculate condition. Man, Comic Images. Comic Images was the printing or distribution company that actually handled most of this Raw Deal collectible card game, and they had a license back then. It was crazy. They liaised closely with the WWF, now called the WWE. Sometimes you even get cards that are being signed by superstars. If you even participate in their tournaments, global tournaments, you get exclusive tournament cards, and sometimes you even have meet and greets with the wrestlers themselves. And this was super popular not only in Singapore, in the States, and even other parts of the world. Wow, this is amazing. Gonna open it up. So with every series comes with the rulebook as well. Wow, this is amazing. And usually they'll tell you how to go about playing it, what kind of cards are to be used. The idea of playing a Raw Deal, collectible card game, it's really straightforward. You just have to simulate pretty much a professional wrestling match, but of course sometimes it gets a little bit more detailed in terms of the stipulations and such through the effects of the cards. But the idea is to just run your opponent's deck out of cards and get them for the win. So wow, look at this super mint condition Hardy Boyz starter deck. Look at that. I don't really see any whitening as well. This is in immaculate condition. 61 cards as mentioned. And we're gonna open it. If you're a fan of the Hardy Boyz, or still are, they've been around since like forever. They got their popularity in the WWF and now called WWE. Of course, now they are in different promotions. Jeff still being in WWE, Matt Hardy being in AEW, but their legacy lives on, and they are like one of the pioneers of tag team wrestling. So yeah, I'm just gonna go quickly just through the starter decks, or I mean the starter foil cards especially, because the rest of the cards are just pretty much reversal cards and maneuver cards and etc. It's pretty straightforward. So the main highlight would be the face card. Look at that, guys. Look at that. That is crazy. And I think there's an error though, because look at the borders. I think this is a miscut for sure. Look at the borders. The left side is more thin than the right, so this is definitely an error. Then we have the spin cycle. Wow. And we have Matt Hardy's patented leg drop. And we have Jeff Hardy's whisper in the wind. That is crazy, guys. This is crazy. And of course we have the maneuver cards, we have the reversal cards, we have the action cards, all placed nicely. Of course you got to shuffle this, but one thing I love about Raw Deal cards is just the printing quality, the concept of playing it. Even though I didn't really play it, but I just love seeing especially the images of the cards on the cards, the printing quality. It was just so good and very consistent. So yeah, that's the maneuver cards. These are the main cards, guys. I just really love the details. Of course, there is a little bit of whitening here and there. I mean, considering it's a 20-year-old starter deck, you gotta be a little bit mindful on that. But it's okay. Nonetheless, this is a really nice collection for me. So yeah. Alright, so that is for the Hardy Boyz. Next up will be the Big Show starter deck. This comes from the Survivor Series 2. Survivor Series 2, I believe this set came out in 2002. Survivor Series 2 was more of a sort of reincarnation or reversioning of the previous starter decks, and such as Big Show himself, Chris Jericho, Edge, Christian, Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, Rob Van Dam, Booker T, and Trish Stratus. It's just a little bit of a facelift, I would say, in terms of the starter decks. And we're gonna open this. So this was when Big Show had his short haircut. And I remember back then, Raw Deal cards starter decks were like in the mid $10s to $20. But right now there are some that has shot up to insane amount of prices. I think likely due to its rarity and nostalgia, similar to Pokemon cards. Nostalgia sells for sure. So I managed to get this at a good deal. We didn't really spend a bomb on it. I just thought Big Show was one of the decks that I didn't really own, and I just really wanted to try see how it's like to have one from its starter deck. So gonna open up. So yeah, that is the rulebook. I think the later variations of the rulebook had a list of the ultra rares that you can actually look through to complete, keep aware of, and etc. Really nice. And we're going to open the starter deck. Oh, it's amazing, guys. This is amazing. Mind you, this is actually almost 20 years old, and Comic Images is no longer around. They don't do these decks anymore. Of course, right now we have other merchandise of card games from WWE, but I find this is probably the best that they did, the best card game that they actually did, and give the license to Comic Images. And voila! Look at that Big Show card. Man, I can't tell you guys the smell of that fresh pack. 20-year freshness. Wow. Big Show face card. Showstopper Chokeslam, Big Show Splash, and 500 ounce of raw power. And of course we have the starter deck comprising of a lot of maneuver cards similar to the previous deck with the Hardy Boyz. But Survivor Series 2 was one of the better series, I have to say. Really had a good range of cards. It was a really consistent series, I would say, in terms of giving out and dishing out maneuver cards and even superstar specific cards, even though it's just a reversioning in a sense. Really cool. So yeah, so we're gonna look at it again, the Big Show cards. Love the details. I think this has a little bit much less whitening. It's a bit more of a pristine condition. Definitely will go into my collection. But to be able to open this is just mind blowing. I love it. Yeah. So that's it. Hope that you guys actually enjoyed opening up this almost 20-year or even 20 years old starter decks that's virtually extinct globally. I'm not sure, at least to me. And to open this, or should I say to open a remnants of this childhood game and childhood collection of mine that I still hold dearly to my chest even today. It has been such an exciting experience, and I really thank you guys for joining me for this episode and just staying with me and experiencing this with me as well. So yeah, so without further ado, if you like what I do, don't forget to like and subscribe on Pool Game Strong here on YouTube, and follow me at IG as well. Take care and see you guys again soon.